You're listening to an audio recording of an article written by Alison Richards, the food safety girl, originally published in the Jamaica Observer. The title of this article is Bitter, Bold, and Risky: The Untold Story of Jamaica's Roots Drinks and Tonic Wines. This article explores the cultural roots, health claims, and rising safety concerns surrounding Jamaica's beloved yet often unregulated roots drinks and tonic wines, urging a balance between tradition and consumer protection. Whether sipped at a rum bar, sold by the roadside in an unlabeled bottle, or brewed up in a big pot round a back, Jamaican tonic wine and roots drinks are considered by many to be natural powerhouses. Often dubbed Jamaican Viagra, these bitter herbal blends are steeped in folklore, cultural pride, and the promise of virility and stamina. From well-known brands like Baba Roots and Magnum to home-brewed mixtures sold in recycled bottles, these drinks are often consumed as aphrodisiacs, immune boosters, and general body tonics. But while they hold a cultural significance and a reputation for being strong like lion, there are rising concerns about the growing underground market, lack of regulation, and potential health risks that accompany their popularity. A cultural elixir with deep roots. The tradition of brewing roots tonics dates back generations, rooted in African herbalism, maroon healing practices, and rural Jamaican bush medicine. Made with a complex mix of herbs, barks, roots, and vines such as sarsaparilla, cheney root, strongback, medina, and guinea hen weed, these drinks are said to build the blood, clean the system, and restore male potency. Over time, the recipe evolved to include fermented molasses, brown sugar, or wine to act as a preservative and sweetener, giving tonic wines their now familiar taste: bitter-sweet, pungent, earthy, and slightly fermented. Commercial brands often add alcohol, ginseng, caffeine, or vitamins to enhance the effects. However, in many cases, homemade roots tonics are sold without any ingredient list, expiration date, or assurance of cleanliness. That's where the danger begins. The science behind the sip. The bitter taste of roots drinks comes from bioactive plant compounds such as tannins, alkaloids, and flavonoids. While some of these have antioxidant or anti-inflammatory effects, others, especially in high doses, can be toxic or interact with medications. Traditional fermentation, often used to preserve homemade brews, introduces lactic acid bacteria and wild yeasts, which may boost probiotic content. However, when done under controlled conditions, fermentation can lead to the growth of unwanted bacteria, molds, or alcohol levels that are too high or uneven. Some drinkers report a mild buzz after a bottle, not surprising, given that tonics have alcohol by volume levels ranging from 5% to over 15%, often undisclosed on the packaging. Others may contain caffeine or herbal stimulants with side effects for individuals with hypertension, kidney problems, or heart disease. A brew of concern: safety risks and lack of oversight. One of the biggest concerns surrounding roots drink is informal production. While a few Jamaican manufacturers operate under approved guidelines, many products, especially those sold in repurposed, reused bottles or roadside containers, lack labeling, expiration dates, or ingredient disclosures. In rural and urban communities alike, it's not uncommon to see plastic or glass bottles filled with dark brown liquid sold for $500 to $1,000 with only a name like Powerman or Roots Up scrawled on a piece of masking tape. These unregulated products pose serious risks, such as microbial contamination from dirty equipment or unfiltered water, toxic plant overdose from herbs not measured or standardized, unknown alcohol content, which can impair judgment or interact with medication, and false health claims that may cause people to delay real medical treatment. There is little to no monitoring of these products by public health authorities. While the Bureau of Standards Jamaica has regulations for processed beverages, homemade herbal preparations often slip through enforcement cracks. With no requirement to test or label these drinks before sale, consumers are left to trust the maker or take the risk. Consumer tips: protecting yourself while preserving tradition. Despite the risks, many Jamaicans swear by root drinks, citing generations of use without problems. It's not about dismissing the tradition, but about practicing informed consumption. Here's how consumers can reduce their risk. Buy from trusted registered sources that follow hygienic processing and clear labeling. Avoid drinks in reused bottles with no label or ingredient list. Don't mix with medications or other stimulants, especially alcohol or energy drinks. Be cautious if pregnant, breastfeeding, or managing chronic conditions like diabetes or hypertension. Check for sediment, spoilage, or an overly sour smell. These may indicate unsafe fermentation or contamination. Consult your doctor or pharmacist before regular use, especially if taking herbal tonics for sexual performance, detoxing, or immune support. Preserving the tradition safely. There is no doubt that roots tonics and tonic wines are woven into the Jamaican identity. They've passed down through generations, used in rural healing, sold at dancehall events, and served at home as a pick-me-up. But as demand grows and informal markets expand, so does the need for greater food safety awareness. There is a place for tradition in modern health, but that place must be supported by science, safety, and sensible regulation. Whether bitter or sweet, strong or smooth, the true power of tonic lies not just in what's in the bottle, but in knowing what you're drinking. To learn more about food safety in Jamaica, follow the Food Safety Girl on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, LinkedIn, and YouTube.